Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter what time it is. I hope that you are having just an amazing day, and I've missed you if I haven't told you that already. And today I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant, and that rant really comes down to the gap, the big freaking gap that exists between the time that you guys went to real estate school and the time that you actually start selling real estate. And I think we should use real estate school in quotations because they're fantastic, most of them are fantastic about helping you guys pass that test and getting through the state exam, and then you're all excited. You guys get your license and get signed up on your realtor board, and then you're like, Carl, what the heck do I do with myself right now? I don't even know what to do with my day. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. There's no real guidance. There's no direction. There's no accountability. Now what? And one of the reasons why I think that the fallout rate in this real estate industry is like 90% is because a lot of brokerages don't have systems for new agents. They don't have, real good systems for training. They don't have systems for accountability, or they don't give people direction. And that's something I'm actually going to do for you because I learned everything the very, very hard and expensive way, if you haven't figured that out already. And I've done everything wrong for a very, very long time. And so understanding what it takes to be a successful agent and the steps that are required in between, I'm going to lay it all out for you. I'm going to give you everything literally that you need to be very, very successful in this industry, starting from day one. And so today for you is day one. And it doesn't really matter if you're an experienced agent or if you're a newer agent, brand new in the business, and today is literally your day one. We're going to take you through the steps. I'm going to take you through the steps of guiding you through how to be a successful real estate agent. And step number one is going to be building trust and building authority and understanding that, when people meet you, whether it be on the street, at an open house, if you did some lead generation, if it's a social media post, or whatever it is, you need to have two different things in order to do business with somebody. You have to have trust. Trust is number one. Trust is the biggest factor if somebody does business with you. If they don't trust you, they absolutely will not do business with you. How many times have you gone into, we'll call it like a used car dealership, and you're talking to a real estate salesperson, you're talking to a car salesman, and you just don't get a good feeling about it, right? And you're like, yeah, this slimeball is just trying to sell me stuff that I just don't need. He's not listening to my needs. He's not, and you don't trust him. That trust is fractured. You're going to walk off that showroom. You're going to go to somebody else, right? And the same thing happens in real estate. It's weird because nobody really tells you this kind of stuff, and it's like you have to have trust. You have to build authority in order for somebody to to do business with you and do transactions with you. So, step number one. What are they going to do? You meet somebody out at a coffee shop, and you're like, hey, my name's Carl Freund. I'm a real estate agent here in Phoenix or Miami or wherever I'm at in the particular moment. And what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to go into Google and they'll type your name, realtor. So they'll type in Carl Freund realtor. This may be the dumbest thing I've done all day, but let's do this live. I've opened up an incognito window inside of Google so that I have no cookies. I'm signed out, and I'm just going to try this live. And this makes me a little bit nervous, but let's go ahead and try it. So I'm going to try Carl Freund. Okay, so this is good. I've already popped up organically first. That makes me feel somewhat decent. And my Forbes stuff down there is kind of interesting. All right, so cool. Carl Freund Realtor. All right, so what do we have here? KennethJamesRealty.com Inc. That's good. This is reviews. They know that I'm actually associated with a firm here. That is good. Here's my landing page on my company website. My Realtor.com profile, my LinkedIn. That's good. My Zillow, okay, 4.9 stars, 18 votes. That's decent. RE Colorado, that is my local board. If you guys belong to boards, you can actually fill out profiles. We'll talk about that in just a second. This looks like my personal Facebook. This is my Orlando Association profile, my Homes.com profile, and Denver. That's kind of strange. If you haven't noticed, I've duped Miami, Denver, Orlando, Colorado Springs, Flagstaff, Tucson, Payson, Prescott. I belong to like 10 different boards, so that's why you see a lot of that stuff. My Drinks Title Review, my Yelp.com. Okay, and then I'm running ads. If you haven't figured that out already, I run ads against that, and then Dave Ramsey's running an ad against me. That's fine. I kind of like that. Next page, top agents ranked, effective agents, my YouTube stuff, cool. Phoenix Realtors, MapQuest, my public database, my Zoom info, Realtor.com, Twitter, okay, Easy Central. All right, cool. Some different stuff. Steamboat Springs, my Realtor Association up there in Steamboat. My podcast on Anchor FM. Okay, cool. Very cool. So I have a decent online reputation, and that's what you guys aim for. You really need to fill out your online profile. So I've got a little cheat sheet for you guys. I'm going to give this to you. If you click the link in the description, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can actually download this exact thing here. I'll literally give you a step-by-step, and I've got some homework here for you, which we're going to talk about in just a second. So step number 1, fill out all of your online profiles. That does not include Zillow. I hate Zillow. Zillow, you suck. You did something that you said you weren't going to do, and we're going to have a different conversation about that. Facebook business page is number 1. Facebook personal page might be number 2. Make sure that your Facebook business page is ranking organically. Just by a lot of content would help you out a lot on that. Instagram. Quick side note about Instagram. If you haven't already, move that Instagram to a business profile page or a content creator page, and that will unlock a lot of different tools for you guys. So you can see your insights, you can see how your posts are performing, you can see how your stories are doing. You can actually do promoted or paid posts inside of the app on Instagram. It's a fantastic tool. You need to do that, and then connect a Facebook business advertising page to that. We'll go through that in a different tutorial. Realtor.com is doing very, very well organically right now. If you guys didn't know this, Realtor.com is owned by Rupert Murdoch, who owns media. He's Fox News, right? So that's the guy that owns that. We'll talk about that in a different conversation as well. Google My Business, which is that business profile you saw on that first page. Your company website, which for me ranked number 1 organically. Very, very important to have a good company profile landing page where your bio is in there, your profile pic is in there, a little bit about me, maybe some past listings, upcoming sales, current listings, that kind of stuff. You should have all that content in that page on your company website, or conversely, your own website. It's very, very expensive to actually dial in your own website. I took my domain, so I own carlfreund.com. If you guys went to carlfreund.com, you're going to see that it points to my landing page on my company website. And you can do that as well if you need help with that. Hit me in the DMs and I'll help you out with that. Yelp ranked organically for me on the first page. That's good. Put some content in there. You guys can upload content to Yelp and you can get reviews on Yelp, and that will rank very well organically because Yelp has put a ton of time, effort, and money into making sure their SEO is on point. So ride their piggy coattails, whatever they call that. English isn't my strong suit. Your local board or MLS, you saw a lot of that stuff on there. You saw my Orlando profile, my Denver profile, my Steamboat Springs profile on there, and my Phoenix profile. So understanding that when you fill out your profiles at the local board level, that should rank very well organically, and then you build that trust and that authority through the use of that. So that was step number 1, fill out your dang profiles. Step number 2, you got to get your branding right. Get it right, get it tight. Get your branding right and tight. What I mean by that is that you guys are the brand. It's not the company that you work for. It's not Kenneth James Realty. I tell my agents from day 1, I don't care that you brand Kenneth James Realty. It's not going to help you out. It's flattering. That's fantastic. It makes me feel good, warm and fuzzy. But honestly, it's not going to do the agent any good because the relationship is with the agent. It's with you and your client. It is not the other way around. It's not with a brokerage. It doesn't matter if you work for Coldwell Banker, Remax, EXP, or any of the other companies. You guys need to understand that the relationship is with you personally, and so you should be building your brand, not the brand of the agency or the firm that you work for. How to do that? Got to get a logo. Where do you get a logo? Fiverr.com. My logo, and I'm going to have it here at the end screen, was $50. I got a signature and I got a logo, and so for $50, that's a heck of a deal. And I've been using it for like 4 years, and I really, really like it. And I use it in all my branding, all my marketing, all my YouTube videos, and everything that goes along with that. And so please take 2 seconds, go on Fiverr.com, find a provider that just fits you, that understands your style, that understands your themes, and can build a brand or a logo that fits your brand and your messaging. And so very, very important to do that. Get headshots, dang it. Get a really good headshot and make sure it fits your demographics. So for example, when I'm in Miami, it would be very appropriate for me to stand in front of a skyscraper. We also do business in Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs happens to be horse country, right? And so understanding that a lot of our clientele in Colorado Springs are going to be buying horse property, I would be much better suited to be on a horse in like cowboy gear than sitting in front of a skyscraper, because that would be a massive disconnect, right? And so understanding who your demographic is and who your target clientele is, and really having a headshot that reflects your brand. And so don't get super confined into this little box of my headshot needs to be on a perfect background. I need to have a glamour shot or anything like that. We know what we're talking about. Realtors are the worst at this, by the way. But the other thing too is look into the camera, please. The eyes are the gateway to the soul. The eyes will tell you a lot about somebody's intentions, their wishes, just by doing this. So looking into the camera, you can see my intentions, you can see my facial expressions, you can see my genuine interest in helping you, as a new agent trying to be successful. And so the same thing applies when it comes to your client looking at your profile. So Maybe you don't want to do one of these, gazing off into the beautiful sunset. Really make eye contact with your clientele and understand that you have a genuine interest in helping them be successful in real estate. That is very, very important. So something to think about there. Also, uniform branding across all your sites. So your not Zillow profiles, so your Realtor.com profile, your Homes.com profile, your board profiles, your website pics, the little icon in your emails, on your YouTube channel, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, all the other things should have the same exact profile pic. When you change one, make sure you go back and change them all, because that branding needs to be very, very consistent so that I can easily recognize who you are and that that page belongs to you personally. That is something that is very, very important. And then we're going to talk about content. We're going to do it in a different section. I'm going to give you guys a ton of videos about content specifically, because content is king. And so when you guys are building trust and building authority, doing videos like this will help you absolutely do that. And even telling stories through pictures or even written words, if you're not good on video, I will show you how to do that and build that trust and build that authority, because people will not do business with you unless they trust you. And so it's very, very important to understand that. So homework for today, you're not getting out of here scot-free. Step number one is like and subscribe. I don't charge anything for these tutorials. I do them because I actually am very passionate about helping real estate agents, because I was a very unsuccessful real estate agent for a very long time. And it took me a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a hell of a lot of money and frustration getting to where I am today. And I want to eliminate a lot of that for you. So please take 2 seconds, like, comment, subscribe. Let's kill that algorithm on YouTube and let me expose myself. That sounds horrible. Let me expose my videos. Good God, I'm blushing. Let me expose my videos to a broader audience, more agents like you that could actually use some help. So read Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk. That book is going to set the foundation for a lot of what we're going to talk about in the next video, which is building a niche and giving valuable content to your niche. And so understanding that, you can't just ask. A lot of people ask for, to get married on the first date in their marketing. And so, like, for example, you're going to put like just sold, hey, if you need to sell your house, call me. You can't do that. You actually need to, tell a story behind why the house just sold and how you're able to get a higher price and all the challenges and tribulations that you had to go through in order to get the house sold. In Jab, 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 Right Hook. Great book. Download that, link in the description for Amazon. The other one is going to be Built a StoryBrand by Donald Miller. Fantastic book, one of the books that really changed my marketing strategies and communicating with my client base. And so please get those 2 books, and then we're going to have conversations about each book individually in a different topic or a different video. So that is it for today. Please take 2 seconds, like and subscribe. That means the world to me. And thank you for tuning in. Always good to see your faces. And let's go out there and crush it today. Have a prosperous day, and I will see you very, very soon. Thanks. Take care.